I just observed a woman laying in the desert behind my house, and I think she's dead.
Okay, all right. How old does she look to you?
She looks like in her mid-20s, maybe 30.
Okay, did you get a clothing description? Did you see what
She
she was wearing?
workout clothes. She's in workout clothes, black bra, black pants. One shoe is off. She's got kind of blondish hair.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I have help coming, okay?
Within minutes, police and paramedics arrived. The body was behind a barbed wire fence, not visible from the main trail. Around it were signs of a struggle, torn clothes and scattered belongings. The paramedics confirmed her death. The call turned from a rescue to a murder case. 1 day earlier, April 28th. The time was approaching 10 a.m. Lauren Heike, 29 years old, went out as usual for a walk on the Reach Trail near her apartment. She made a short call with her friend about morning coffee and walking. After that, she disappeared. She didn't return home, didn't answer her phone, and didn't show up to work. At the same time, her boyfriend Ziver Habel had reported her missing. The two reports came in almost simultaneously. The Reach Trail is located in the middle of quiet neighborhoods, and people there are accustomed to safety. That's why discovering the crime was a shock. The woman who found the body knew the trail, and her husband had seen her Friday morning while walking. Major James Hester from the Serious Crimes Unit took over the case and asked residents to avoid the trail. Lauren's last call was at 10 a.m. Friday morning. The investigation suggested that the attack occurred between 10 and 11, at a point far from view. The forensic evidence team began combing the site. One shoe and scattered belongings were found and collected in evidence bags. From the condition of the clothes and signs of struggle, it appeared she had tried to resist and perhaps escape through the fence. But DNA analysis of the shoe revealed a genetic fingerprint that didn't belong to her. While the analysis continued, investigators began questioning hikers, area residents, and anyone who was near the trail. Within days, police received 3 calls to the emergency number. Witnesses said they saw a man with strange behavior wandering near the trail. His height was between 175 and 183 centimeters, wearing dark clothes and carrying a backpack. But the description alone wasn't enough. May 2nd. A surveillance camera near the trail recorded a man running with a backpack near the area. At the same time, Lauren disappeared. Police released the footage and announced he was a person of interest. Within hours, reports flooded in. Witnesses recognized him and called silent witness service. One of them said he always carries a small sharp knife. Phoenix police followed the investigation in 2 directions, gathering information about Lauren's life and daily routine and analyzing evidence to determine if someone was watching her or waiting for her there. May 3rd. A press conference. Lieutenant Hester suggests the attack was random but confirms that all possibilities remain open. That same day, Lauren's parents appeared alongside the police. La said with a broken voice, "She was my youngest daughter." They asked anyone who saw a man with a backpack or acting strangely to contact the police. The following hours brought more reports. The man lives near the trail, less than a mile away, and was fired from his job due to aggressive behavior. The pieces began to connect. A call from a probation officer said that one of those under his supervision matched the descriptions. A young man in his 20s, registered in theft and misconduct cases. Police knew they were closing in on the target. Then the lab results arrived. The DNA from Lauren's shoe matched a name in a criminal database. The physical description, DNA, and timing of the crime pointed to a man in his 20s who lived in the area. Police kept it confidential so he wouldn't flee before they could arrest him. The suspect lives in Scottsdale. Reviewing his file showed he was fired from a previous job due to violence toward women. Genetic analysis confirmed a complete match. Around-the-clock surveillance began. His colleagues confirmed, yes, this is the man in the video. The plan was put together quickly. Thursday evening, May 4th, 6 days after finding the body. The suspect, Zion William Teasley, 22 years old. All evidence pointed to him. DNA fingerprint on the shoe, a recording showing a man running near the trail, and intersecting testimonies about a man with a backpack at the location. Zion didn't know the police were watching his every step. But the surprise. Zion was planning to travel the next day, May 5th. If his arrest had been delayed one day, he might have left the state. 6:30 p.m., time to move. A Phoenix police team surrounded the building. Repeated knocks on the door and a clear voice, "Phoenix police, open the door!" Zion came out with his hands raised. He was led outside and handcuffed on the spot. The operation took no more than 10 minutes. Zion William Teasley was born in Scottsdale in 2000. At age 18, he participated in an armed robbery of a restaurant, pointing a weapon at employees. He got a plea deal and avoided prison, sentenced to probation instead of incarceration. But he didn't straighten out. He's been on judicial probation since 2018 for armed robbery and misconduct charges when he was 17 years old. He joined the Marine Corps in 2019, but was discharged before completing training. The official statement confirmed his discharge in June 2019. He moved between short jobs at restaurants and stores, never staying long at any of them. His colleagues, especially women, told police he frightened them. A manager at Primo Restaurant fired him in 2022 after he assaulted a colleague during a fit of rage. When searching his apartment, police found a small, sharp knife consistent with Lauren's wounds and confiscated his clothes and the backpack that appeared in the surveillance video. May 5th. Teasley was transferred to Maricopa Jail, charged with premeditated murder, theft, and tampering with evidence. The investigation proved the crime wasn't just an attack, but was followed by taking Lauren's belongings. During interrogation, he denied being at the crime scene, but fell silent after being confronted with DNA analysis and the video. So, May 6th. Lieutenant James Hester stated, "We believe the crime wasn't planned. The suspect didn't know the victim beforehand." Lauren's parents, Jeff and Lana, stood alongside the police. Jeff said, "Without people's cooperation, we wouldn't have reached him." But the arrest wasn't the end of the story. Teasley is still awaiting trial. The case was referred to Maricopa Superior Court, and the first hearing was set for October 28, 2025, a long delay due to the complexity of the case and the volume of evidence. The defense is reviewing every detail: phone data, the confiscated knife, and any procedural loophole. In December 2023, prosecutor Rachel Mitchell announced her intention to seek the death penalty in case of conviction, a move that raised the case to the highest level of severity. In July 2024, new charges were added related to an assault and theft that occurred in 2020, and in an official statement from Lauren's family through Arizona Voices for Victims, it read, "We will be there at every hearing until Lauren gets the justice she deserves." But the path to justice was long. Today, Teasley remains held without bail after violating probation terms, and despite more than 2 years passing, the wait for justice remains open. Lauren's family hasn't moved past the loss, but they're holding on to hope for his conviction when the trial begins in October 2025. This was the story of Lauren Heike. If cases like this matter to you, hit that subscribe button. We cover real crimes, real investigations, every single week. This is Crimescams. Stay safe out there.